This is Lace. Lace has only been in milk for a few weeks. We've already cleaned her udder and gotten out the strip milk. And now we're going to see how well Lace milks. Now, one viewer asked how we know when the goat is finished being milked, and as you can see, her udder right now is really a lot less tight, and it takes longer for the teats to fill up with milk. So now you know that, and the goat's getting fussy, which is all good indications that she is just about done being milked. This is Zandy. She is not a Nigerian dwarf goat. She is actually a crossbreed between a Nigerian and an Angora. We call them Nigoras, and her udder shape is very different because of her different breeding. So first we clean her really good with her wet wipe. Then we get our little strip cup and take out the first few squirts to make sure everything's going all right there. Then we get our milking container. Even though her udder doesn't look as nice as some of my other goats, she's still a very good milker. And she has good manners on the milk stand. She just wants to eat her grain, get milked, no problem. Some people like to milk into a milk bucket, but I really prefer to milk one-handed and be able to move out of the way in case they get fussy and want to kick. I could move this little cup out of the way very quickly. Sometimes a fly lands on them, or for whatever reason they get anxious. And I'd much rather milk into an unconventional container than have to throw away all my milk because it got dirty. Now you can see that she's done being milked. Her udder is, there's no milk left in here at all. She milks down really good. And then she's done. This is Zandy's mom, Venus. She is a purebred Nigerian dwarf goat. And as you can see, her teats are much smaller than her daughter's. Her daughter has these huge, easy to milk teats. And the mama goat here is just that much harder to milk because of her small teat size. And when you get a milk goat, you want to make sure that it's something that you can milk. Now I like Venus. She's a good girl, and for me, it's not that difficult to milk her. But for some people, she could be a problem. So when you get a milk goat, you want to make sure that you can test milk that goat before you get her home and make sure that it's something that you could do every day. And even though her udder looks smaller than her daughter's, she actually carries her udder very high and tight. And she holds just as much milk in this little tiny udder with these little tiny teats as her daughter does. It's just she carries it differently, that's all. And she's also very good on the milk stand. She has a nice stance and a nice well-attached udder there. Now, between these 3 goats, we got about 6 cups of milk today, which is actually quite a bit considering we do this morning and night. That makes 12 cups of milk, which is 3/4 of a gallon. And you think about how much gallons of milk your family goes through a week. If your family goes through 2 gallons of milk a week, this is more than enough for what your family needs, making them the perfect backyard milker. Now, once we get the milk inside, what we do to prepare it for drinking is we use a milk filter and a milk strainer. We don't keep them in the plastic containers we milked in, that's just because it's easy. That sits right on top of there. Pour the milk through the filter, and once it's all been filtered, we put the top on with today's date, and it goes in the freezer for an hour to chill. Time between we started milking and we finished milking is only half an hour, and since this milk hasn't been out very long, we drink it raw, and it's delicious. Now here we have jar 2. And that milk is filtered the same way. And we just use our dry erase marker and we write on top of the milk today's date, because that's easy to clean off later on. Then when we look in the fridge, we can say, oh look, I can drink yesterday's milk, or hey, that milk's been in there for 5 days, we should toss it now, give it to the chickens. And that way we're always drinking fresh milk.